Do you enjoy a good scare? Ever thought about telling your own terrifying tales? Welcome to a world where fear is crafted, not just experienced. Today we dive into the art of storytelling, not just any storytelling, but the kind that makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. We're peeling back the curtain to reveal 10 ways to tell the scariest stories in the world. So if you're ready to make your friend's skin crawl, stay tuned. Starting with number 10, creating atmosphere. Imagine this: a deserted street under a full moon. The wind is howling and there's an eerie silence. Setting the scene is crucial in telling a spine-chilling tale. It's the time of day, the weather, the location. They all play a pivotal role in making a story truly terrifying. A dimly lit room, a creaky old mansion, a stormy night. These are the elements that create a spooky atmosphere. Remember, the right atmosphere can send chills down anyone's spine. Number 9. Utilize fear of the unknown. The human mind is a curious thing. It can fill the gaps with its own fears and anxieties, making the unknown far scarier than any detailed horror. In storytelling, this is a potent tool. Leave some elements of your story vague, unexplained. Let your audience's imagination do the work. They'll fill in the blanks with their own fears, creating a personalized horror that is far more terrifying. Sometimes, what you don't say is scarier than what you do. Number 8. Build suspense. Have you ever felt your heart pounding, breath held as you turn the pages of a story? That's the power of suspense. Techniques like foreshadowing, pacing, and tension between characters can amplify this. Foreshadowing hints at what's to come, while pacing controls the speed of the unfolding horror. Character tension adds another layer, making us care about what happens next. With these tools, you can make your audience's pulse quicken with anticipation. Remember, suspense is the key to keeping your audience on the edge of their seats. Number 7. Use realism. There's something spine-chilling about a horror story that feels real. When you weave elements of reality into your narrative, it becomes more believable and in turn, scarier. You see, our brains are wired to respond to threats that feel real. So when you craft a story that could, theoretically, happen in real life, it taps into our primal fears. The everyday turned eerie, the ordinary morphed into the monstrous. The more believable your story, the more terrifying it can be. Number 6. Play on common fears. Now let's add another layer to our terrifying tale. We all have fears that send shivers down our spines. It could be the paralyzing fear of heights, the creepy crawlies, or the eerie darkness that makes your heart pound. By weaving these common fears into your narrative, you're not only striking a chord with a wide audience, but also making the horror more relatable, more palpable. By tapping into common fears, you can make your story universally terrifying. Scene script. Number 5. Use surprises. The beauty of a good scare often lies in its unpredictability. A story that zigzags, veers off course, and then suddenly strikes. That's what keeps us on edge. Unexpected twists and turns are like the dark corners in a haunted house. You never know what's lurking there until it's too late. So, weave in those sudden shocks and startling revelations, the ones that make the heart skip a beat. A good surprise can make your audience jump out of their seats. Scene script. Number 4. Use detailed descriptions. The devil is in the details, and so is the terror. A truly chilling tale comes to life when you paint a vivid picture with your words. Don't just tell, show. Use all 5 senses to describe your scenes. Let your audience hear the eerie silence, smell the decay, taste the fear. The more specific, the more real it becomes, and the more real it becomes, the more terrifying. A vividly described story can be a nightmare come to life. Number 3. Use cliffhangers. A well-crafted cliffhanger can be a storyteller's best friend. It keeps your listeners on the edge of their seats, eager to know what happens next. Cliffhangers create suspense and anticipation, making your audience wonder, worry, and speculate. The key to a great cliffhanger is the promise of a thrilling resolution. A promise that keeps your audience coming back for more. So, always remember to leave them hanging, but not in the dark. Keep your audience guessing, and they'll be hooked. Number 2. Invoke the supernatural. Now we're stepping into the realm of the extraordinary. Here's where you introduce elements that defy logic and reason. Ghosts, monsters, curses, these play on our inherent fear of the inexplicable. The supernatural shatters the comfort of the known, plunging us into a world where anything is possible and not always in a good way. The power of the supernatural lies in its ability to make us question our reality. Nothing says scary quite like the supernatural. And finally, number 1. Make it personal. The key to a truly terrifying tale lies in the personal stakes. Just think about it. The more relatable the characters, the more we care about their fate. And when their fears mirror our own, the story resonates on a deeper, more visceral level. So when crafting your eerie narrative, weave in elements of personal struggles and fears. This not only adds a layer of authenticity but also heightens the sense of dread. When the fear is personal, the terror is real. So, there you have it. 10 ways to tell the scariest stories in the world. Let's quickly recap. You can create an eerie atmosphere that instantly sets the mood. Use the fear of the unknown to your advantage. It's a powerful tool. Build suspense. Keep your audience on the edge of their seats, wondering what's going to happen next. Use realism to make your stories relatable, and therefore, more frightening. Play on common fears we all share. Throw in a few surprises, unexpected twists and turns always keep the story interesting. Use detailed descriptions to paint a vivid picture in your listener's mind. Utilize cliffhangers, let the tension linger. Invoke the supernatural because who isn't afraid of what lurks in the shadows? And finally, make it personal. The closer to home, the scarier it gets. Now that you know these techniques, it's time to start crafting your own terrifying tales. We can't wait to be scared by what you come up with.